everyone, today I'm going to look at rules of differentiation. That's rules of differentiation, how to differentiate a function. But before that, let's quickly look at the meaning of differentiation. Now when you say differentiation is the process of finding the derivative of a function. That's the process of finding the derivative of a function. Now, the derivative of a function is also called its derived function or its differential coefficient, or you can also call it the gradient function. Okay, now the derivative of y with respect to x is usually written as dy dx. Good. This is what we call the Leibniz notation. Good. Now let's look at rules of differentiation. Rule number 1, differentiation of a constant. Differentiation of a constant. Okay, now let's check this one. If y is equal to c, where c is a constant, then the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to 0. Now let's look at this example. For example, if y is equal to 5, then I can say that dy dx is equal to 0. Thus, the derivative of y is equal to what? 0. Another one, if y is equal to minus 8, then I can say that the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to 0. Therefore, the derivative of any constant is 0. Good. Thus, the derivative of any constant is 0. So as soon as you see a constant and you are asked to differentiate it, it's just 0. Good. Let's move on to rule number 2. That's rule 2. That is differentiation of ax, where a is a constant. Thus, when a function is given in this form, how will you differentiate it? For example, if y is equal to ax, where a is a constant, then dy dx is equal to a. Good. For example, if y is equal to 5x, it means that dy dx is equal to 5. Good. Another one, if y is equal to 10x, it means that dy dx is equal to 10. Good. That's how we differentiate a function in this form. Last example, if y is equal to minus 15x, then I can say that the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to minus 15. Good. So that's how we differentiate a function in this form. Now let's look at the third rule. Rule number 3. Rule number 3, that's differentiation of x to the power n. How to differentiate a function in this form. That's if y is equal to x to the power n, then I can say that dy dx is equal to n. I will multiply the power by the term and I'll reduce the power by 1. Now for example, when I have if y is equal to x to the power 5, it means that the derivative of y with respect to x, this is, I'll multiply this 5 by the term. After that, I'll reduce the power by 1. So 5 minus 1 will give me 4. Good. That's how it is. So in this expression, we see that for the dy dx, the original power, which is 5, was reduced to 4, and the 5 here was multiplied by the term. Good. Let's look at another example. If y is equal to x to the power 4, it means that the y dx is equal to 4x to the power 3. Good. It means we multiply the term by the power and reduce the power as 4 minus 1. Good. So I multiply the 4 by the term here, and I reduce the power by 1. Good. So let's check the last example. If y is equal to 8x squared, let's see this one. How do you do it? You see that for this one, the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to, you see that this 8 is already there, and I'll multiply it by this 2, the power 2 here, and this x over here will be reduced by 1. So 2 minus 1. So to give me 8 times 2 is 16 and x. Good. That's how it is. Good. Let's look at the last rule for differentiation. Rule number 4. Differentiation of ax raised to the power n. Thus, if y is equal to ax to the power n, then the y dx is equal to nax, n raised to the power minus 1. Now this is the general formula. For example, if y is equal to 3x to the power 4, you see that over here, this 3 is constant over there. So I'll multiply the power here, this power 4, by the 3, making 4, the y dx is equal to 4 times this 3, and this x, the power here will be reduced by 1. So 4 minus 1, making 3. 4 times 3 will give me 12, and x power 3. Good. Now let's check another one too. Okay, assuming I have y is equal to minus 3x to the power 2. So the y dx will be equal to, I'll multiply this 2 by this 3, making minus 6x, and this 2 will be reduced by 1. So 2 minus 1 will give me 1. Good. That's all. Let's try another one too. If y is equal to minus 8 x to the power minus 3, find the y dx. Good. So let's try this one. Okay, solution. Thus y is equal to minus 8 x to the power minus 3, and we are asked to find the y dx. Now over here I have minus 8 here as constant, so I'll multiply this 3 minus 3 by the 8, so, and this x over there, and this power I will reduce it by 1. It means that minus 3 minus 1, making minus 4. So the final answer will be 8 times 3 will give me 24 x to the power minus 4. Good. Or you can write this one in this form, 24 over x to the power 4. In this form too, you are right. Good. So that's all about differentiation.